Hello, ma'am, and hello, everyone. Welcome to my presentation. Thank you so much for coming to this video. So today I would like to do a presentation about a material. But before I go on to my presentation, let me introduce myself first. Here you can see my identity. My full name is Regina Miranda Damayanti, and my student's ID is 201202140, and my absent is number 10, and I'm from 3B class. All right, I think that's all about my self introduction. Now let's move on to the next slide. Everyone, before I go to my presentation, I also would like to give you know about my purpose of this video. So this video is made for fulfilling the final project of TEFL subject, or it is also known as teaching English as foreign language. Beside of that, this video is also made to give you know about the details information about teaching learning activity or strategy, that is about narrating learning activity or strategy that will be focusing in a conversation. So here I give you a table of contents about what are the contents that I will explain in this presentation. First, I will give you know about the skills, which will cover about what skills that are being taught in the activity. The second one is the scope, which will give you the details information about its strategy. And the third one is the implementation itself, about step by step of implementing the strategy, as well as the tools and the learning media that will be needed if you implement this kind of strategy. And the fourth one is the strengths and the weakness, which is also the last contents that I will explain in this presentation. Without any further ado, let's talk about the first material, that is about the skills. Everyone, when you implement these skills, this strategy, it may help you to reach the integrated skills. Integrated skills here is defined as the combination of two or more skills within a communicative task. When you implement this strategy, you may reach the writing as well as the speaking skills, which are the mostly skill that will be taught in this activity by using this strategy. Now let's move on to talk about the scope. The big question is that what grade or level is this strategy appropriate for? The answer is that this strategy is appropriate for the senior high school students, especially for those who are in the 11th grade. Then, as I mentioned before, that I chose the learning and narrating learning strategy, which is one of the strategy if you choose the cooperative learning. So here the theory that I use is the cooperative learning, which is divide the students into 2 or 5 members in a group. Then the English material that will be covered up in this material is the narrative text. So the students will learn about the definitions of narrative text, the types of narrative text, as well as the language features of the narrative text, as well as how to write the narrative text as well as and perform that. Then the third one is the implementation of this strategy. Here is the step-by-step strategy. The first one is the pre-activity, or we can also say it as the introduction. So first, the greetings, and then the teacher will be praying together with the students, then asking about the students' prior knowledge, then giving know about the learning objectives, then state about the outline of the material, then the last one is the scope of the assessment. And the next one is the main activity. So in this main activity, the teacher will divide the students into some groups which consist of 2 until 5 people, and explain about the material as well, and giving the students tasks. And after that is the post activity, which is the closing activity in that classroom. So the teacher will give feedback about the students' performance, then ensure the students' knowledge about which material that the students still not understand, and give them summary about the material, and also give them the homework to make them more understand about the material. And also the students need to tell about the next material that will be discussed in the next meeting, and do pray together and close the class by greetings together. So by using this cooperative learning, the students will work in a team and discuss about their narrative text writing, as well perform their conversation. The next one is the tools and learning media that will be needed if you implement this learning strategy. Here is the learning video. You may also need that. And laptop, LCD, projector, speaker, as well as the worksheet. Worksheet here is need to give the score for the other group that will be need for each person and the students. So the students will give a score for the other students by using this worksheet. Then here I will give you know about the strengths and weakness of the strategy. So here is the strengths. First, it helps students in expressing their ideas and creativity, and it also improves their public speaking skills as well. And it also encourages the students improving their self-confidence, and it helps students to academically participate in their social environment since they will work in a team as a cooperative learning. And it does not also consist of the strengths, but they also have the weaknesses. Sometimes students probably difficult in expressing their ideas, and lack of vocabulary may also cause the students being stuck in writing the conversation or even performing their conversation because they could not paraphrase when they forget about the task, right? Then the students will not comfortable with the other members of their own group since the teacher will divide them into the different groups. And the students also may have a different perspective in their own groups, which will cause them have conflict with their own member. And it also take a long time to make the narrative text since they have no enough vocabulary, then they were confused to write the text. Alright, so the next one I would like to suggest if you want to be an English teacher by using this kind of strategy, I give you a suggestion to divide your students based on the same ability, right? So do not put the cleverest student with the cleverest student, but you have to divide them into some groups with the same ability as well. All right, I think that's all about the presentations today. Hope that all of you may become a good English teacher by using this kind of strategy. You may improve your teaching skill. And also, after watch this video, I want you to try to know, to try to implement this kind of strategy when you teach your students as well. And divide your students based on the same ability. All right, I think that's all about this presentation. Thank you very much and see you everyone. Goodbye.